A lot of the finance teams that I'm speaking to are doing the same thing with AI. Copy and pasting prompts into Claude or ChatGPT every single day. Summarize this profit and loss statement, write me a variance analysis, build me a board slide. Same prompt every time. So what if I told you that Claude can just know how to do your job without you needing to explain it every single time? That's exactly what Claude Skills are. And after this video, you are going to be learning exactly how to use and how to create up to 30 FP&A skills. I'm Christian Martinez, and welcome to today's guide. So one way for you to use them is by just doing the slash, and then you can see all of the skills in here that are either my skills or the ones preloaded by Anthropic. Now, if I also type something like create a board deck from this file, and then we just add the dataset that we want to use, it will be using the skill board deck that I have, just because I said that in the prompt. When I add the prompt, then, as you say here, it's reading the board deck skill. Now, that's the skill that I created before. So, how exactly you can know which skills Claude has access to? In your left pane, go to Customize, and then in here, you can do skills or connectors. Now, I have a separate guide in connectors as well, because they're also very helpful. Think about that you can connect to ERP systems like NetSuite, data lakes like Snowflake, and so on and so on. But let's start with skills. So I have my personal skills here and those examples from Anthropic. Now, every skill that either they created or that I created has certain things inside. That's why I was mentioning that it's like a folder. This one is the one that is mandatory to have. That is the .md file. That is basically describing exactly what are the instructions for this skill. You are creating skills using another skill that was loaded by Anthropic called the skill creator. So as you can see in here, the description is create new skills, modify and improve, and so on. And it explains with all of this how exactly Claude needs to act every time that this skill is invoked. They also preloaded more folders in here, like agents, assets, eval reviewer, references, scripts, and a text for the license as well. This one, for example, is an HTML file that, again, it just explains the evaluation as well. Now, all of these skills, again, they are the ones that are preloaded by Anthropic. In here at the top, I have the ones that I created. So I have FP&A forecasting, slides, commentary, board deck, and so on. Similarly, I have a description in here, and then in here, the explanation on exactly what I wanted for this skill, for this forecasting one. And I gave also some references like data format, driver library, model architecture, and so on and so on. Now, when that skill is invoked, like in here, then I only need to do slash FP&A forecasting, forecast my P&L, upload the Excel file, and then it will create already the forecast in the format that I prefer. So again, this format, you can change it whenever you are creating your skills. Now, how exactly do you create skills? There are a couple of different ways, but this way it's quite straightforward. So you can go to skills, again, to see all of the skills there, and then you can do plus sign. There are 3 types of ways that you can create skills. You can create with Claude, so just by telling it. You can write the skills instructions yourself, or you can upload a skill as well. Now, for the create with Claude, that is the most straightforward, you will click on it and it will open a new tab in here with a prompt like this. Let's create a skill together. Now, you can enter this prompt and then it will start asking you questions about exactly what you want to create. As you can see, it's reading the skill creator skill that it had, and then now it asks you questions. Like, tell me about, in your own words, what problem it solves. Now, I'll be giving you also this guide that I created, and I have the 30 skills to build here. So let's say that we want to create the rolling forecast. So I just copy this one to here. And this is a simple explanation, and then you can add more context yourself. But let's say when you add that, then it will still ask you a couple of questions, and then we'll be building the skill first. So let me write this, and then we will be fast forwarding to see the result. So I'm going to interrupt your learning for just like 60 seconds. Bear with me. If you're watching this, you're already ahead of most finance and accounting professionals when it comes to using AI. But watching videos only gets you so far. At some point, you will need to be in a room or a Zoom call with other people who are actually doing this. That's why we built the AI Finance Club. It's a community for CFOs, fractional CFOs, and finance directors who are serious about implementing AI for finance. Not just curious, but really serious. You will meet people implementing AI in their companies right now. Hear from experts on what's actually working, and honestly, you will stop feeling like you are figuring out this alone. All the links are below this video. Okay, back to learning. We'll be building the skill first. So let me write this, and then we will be fast forwarding to see the result. Here, for example, I can do Excel and CSV. Then the primary output would be, again, this one and that one. And how should drift be flagged? So let's say I want a percentage variance threshold. I'll fast forward and show you the result. So the skill is done, and then after it was done in here, I also asked it to use this synthetic data set and then run the skill itself. So we ended up with our rolling forecast. That then you can download here in order to have it in an Excel file. Now, I have in here 30 different skills that you can build for Claude. As I was mentioning, I'll be sharing this link with you so that you can start building the skills. But I also want to give you some differences between skills and Claude artifacts. Now, we just saw what skills are. It's basically a folder where we are explaining Claude how we want it to act the next time that we ask some instructions. On the artifacts, they are a very different thing. The artifact is basically a mini application that you build for others. So some examples of the artifacts from previous videos are, let's say, this one, that it's an AI CFO dashboard that I built. Now, this dashboard I can share with anyone using this link in here at the top, and they will open in their browser, and then they will see this. Now, whenever they open it, let's say, they can either preload with the dataset that I have there, or they can load their own data. So they can drop their Excel file here, or try and pull with sample data. Whenever they click that, then this artifact is detecting all of the datasets, creating this summary, and some tools in here. And then they would go to reports, and for each one of them, they can click. And again, my artifact will
create an AI analysis for it, and a little dashboard, and they can download it. Another example of an artifact that I created, it was this forecasting tool that, again, I can share with others. I can share the link, they launch it, and then again, either they can add their own Excel file or using the preloaded dataset. And let's say these revenue drivers, they go lower, then everything changes, upper, and so on. And they can change all of these different assumptions, and the tool will be just creating their forecast for them. They can compare versus different scenarios and even run Monte Carlo simulations, like I just did. So those are basically the artifacts. Again, with skills, it's different. So I have a small analogy in here as well. So think of a skill like really like your recipe book. So it will be telling Claude how you want things to be done, what standards to follow, how the output should look like. So no one will be actually reading the cookbook, but it will make your cooking better. It will make your results of Claude better. Now, the artifact is like a meal that you prepare for someone else. So it's based already using your skills recipe, let's say, but you are serving it, you are giving it to someone else. They don't really see the recipe book, they just see the end result. So you will use artifacts when you want to share something interactive with someone that doesn't use Claude itself for time being, but just like a mini tool, like the one that I showed. Now, people have asked me as well, what is the difference between GPTs and even Copilot agents on Microsoft. So I also created this little guide. For skills, as you saw, we're really writing all of the instruction in, it's called Markdown. So there's no UI builder. We're just writing and then Claude is creating it for us. This is an open standard, so you can download those skills. I'll show you how as well. So you will go then to customize again. And then on your skills, these ones, you can go to the three little dots here and then download. And then you will be downloading the skill itself with all of the different files. With custom GPTs, you cannot do that. So they are built on a separate builder on ChatGPT, and they are just locked inside the ChatGPT ecosystem. So people need to use like ChatGPT ecosystem to be able to use the GPTs. You cannot download them. Now, with Microsoft Copilot agents, also they do require the Microsoft 365 ecosystem, and those ones you cannot download as well, and you cannot even share them across to people outside of your organization. Because with custom GPTs, you can do it. With artifacts, you can do it, as I showed you as well. With skills, you can even download them. With Microsoft, you can. And it's these guides from Anthropic. So I'll be also giving you the links. They are around 33 pages, this one, but it has all of the details of skills and how you need to test them and iterate. And I'll also give you this link that it's basically the Cloud Code documents from Anthropic again on skills. And I'll give you my guide as well, so you can have a look. Thank you so much for watching, and